Okay, I'm back. Now I had the batteries that I got, you know, they're fully charged. It's just so cold out here that drains the batteries. So what I'm doing is I'm sticking them back in my pants pocket with my coveralls on that keeps them warm. But the trail is right down there, and you can see, like right there, got stuff like that. You know, I mean, I'm almost up here. Oh, really? Here we go. It's right here. Yeah, this one's the next one. Let's see. That's the next log. I've learned to know where they're at. It's just with these fallen logs, you know, you get to a point where you know exactly where that spot is, because there's a trail coming down, and this up here is it, I think. But anyway, you got stuff like that right there. See how that's bent? It's bent and twisted to, if you're facing, it's twisted to the right. So apparently when he was coming down, he twisted to the left. And if you look up there a little further, you got a dead tree right there that is bent underneath that log right there. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's it up here. Okay. Anyway, I find the track right in here, and if you took off that way, I was looking right over that way, and it's like it's right over there, about 80 yards. I'm guessing about 80 yards more, looking at me. Well, you can see where they come down. There's trails all come down through here, and what you do is you look for the widest and the most stomped on trail. That's what you look for. A squatch will walk a deer trail, but they will widen it because they got wide feet. Alright, and if I don't see nothing up in here, you'll see it's so dry and hard because it's cold, so it's really not going to do anything. So what I might do is go up here a little ways and then cut right down through there, see what I can come up with. I don't know if I want to do a tree knocker or not. I don't know if that'll do any good. I've done a lot of off-the-wall shit in my time, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. There's a hollow coming down right down through there. I just heard a knock or something. Can't really tell. Whoop! Whoop! You know something? I don't hear a freaking thing. None. Then we'll go up around this bend here and come right down to this hollow. Just see what I can find. But you always come back and you always backtrack on what you're looking for. Like when I saw the squatch with his back to me, I went back and redid the video, showed there was no squatch. I went back to the place, I saw the family group, and no signs of them, you know, anything like that. All right, I'm gonna go down through here. I'm gonna make some racket. But until it's right here. Now, people say, oh, that looks like this, looks like that, but see, you can tell it was broken a while back, because look right here. If you pick this tree up, if you pick this tree right here up, this right here will come like this and like that, come like a corner of like a square corner of it. That's what they do on certain trees. When they bend it, this piece back here, it either contracts and stays up along here, or it'll push out. That's what you look for. But I think we're going to just while I'm back here, I think what I'm gonna do is just look at structures and stuff like that. Give y'all an idea of what I'm seeing in my area, and if they're around here, they'll let me know they're here. Now, this right here looks like a simple tree going that way, but actually on the bank, the trees go straight up. We go straight up. Look at this. So this right here, you got that little break right there. Break down. Now see how this right here is bent over like this, contracted. This is a sumac. It's a kind of a soft wood, hard wood, kind of mixed. And what you do is when they bend it with such strength, they could stretch the membranes between here and here, basically right here. I'm hearing something move. I'll just ignore it until I'll make sure. But it stretched right in here, and then it contracted here. So I've tried to imitate it. I can't do it. It takes a tremendous amount of strength to bend that tree, which means I had to grab it up here and push it down like that and stretch in fibers where it'll stay in one place. People just don't realize that. People think they're out here in the woods, they think they know what they're looking at, they automatically assume that they are experts in it. And I can be honest with you, I'm an expert researcher in looking at structures and stuff, but I'm not an expert in a lot of things. So basically I'm just an amateur researcher that knows what the hell he's looking at. Got a place right here, old, but you can tell that it was done a couple years ago. What I'm doing now, when I come down through here, I'm going to be looking for new breaks. Now here's something very interesting. This maple tree right here is healthy, but this was done a few years back. As you can see how the roots are. It was pushed over by the roots, taken down here. This log was lifted up. You see it's dead in the ground. That log right there, it's dead in the ground all the way back. Come forward. It was picked up and laid, and this tree right here was bent over, and that piece was put on it. There, under that, on top of that limb right there, and the rest of it shoots off, bends over. A human cannot do that. Flat out, cannot. Now I repeat, cannot. I can't do it. I've had friends of mine here with me a couple times, and we've tried to imitate, tried to do what these squatches do. We can't do it. There's no freaking way. There's another one. This right here was up there probably about a couple months ago, laying down. Look at this. You got that maple tree bent down, it's going right underneath it. See that? It goes right underneath it, being held down. That's what people got to learn to realize. They got to look at it, they got to observe it, they got to touch it. Good example over here. I'm going to show you a tree that was bent and twisted, but it kind of ripped. It ripped when they were doing it. This right here. Yeah. You can see well they took and see how it's twisted. Let's see here. Okay, they had to twist it this way. Look at me, it's saying this way. See how it's tore? It's kind of tore. It's kind of like this here. It's kind of tore like this right here. Coming down. Has territorial marker, but if you look at it, this right here was done back this summer. You can still see it's semi-fresh, but you can see how they ripped everything in it. That's what people don't realize. See that? See how everything is ripped? It's turned this way, and they twist it, and they bend it. And like I say, it takes, see the fibers right here? That's what they rip. That's what these tree barks are made of. Fibers, and they rip the fibers. It takes a lot of strength. See that right there? All them fibers in there. That's what they're tearing when they do this, and it takes a considerable amount of strength. And I see a squirrel hole. But it looks abandoned though, because it looks like ain't been in for a while. Here's another thing to look at. Right there. Let me get up in here. I think I might have piqued your curiosity now. Look at this right here. Something's been laying in there. I can't tell you what, but you can tell something's been laying right in there. But look how you got it here, though. You know, let me back it up here. Let you look at it. See that? Something's been laying in there. It's probably a coyote or a coon or something like that, because it's not big enough for a squatch. You know, but that's the type of structures they make. You know, you just got to realize it. Look at it, observe it, study it. When you touch these structures and there's a squatch around, they're going to say, ooh, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's looking at. You know. Whoop! Ushka, yate. Tori tishu dowa, oshigwatsu. Sometimes I get a response, sometimes I don't. But it ain't killing me, so I don't worry about it. I've seen a group in here, find the footprints, everything, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Because like I said, I don't know if they're just passing through or if they're living in here. I really don't know. But you know, you gotta look at what you gotta, like that right there. That's an old one. That right there's been a few years ago. But it's about 12 foot up. It's snapped and bent over. So, you know, but it's not weather it does that, because if it was weather, why ain't the rest of the trees snapping over? That's another thing people don't realize. Oh, it's weather, knock it over, right. That's why you look at stuff. You observe it, you touch it, you analyze it. Right here. This is a classic. They bent it and twisted it, just a little twist this way, and you could see it. Right there. You can see how they ripped it right here. So they had to grab it up at least 10 foot high and pull it over and snap it. And some people just don't realize, you know. And plus, woodpeckers been on the same too. You know. But when you get out here and you start observing, noticing stuff, you know, that tells the squatch, ooh, he's looking at something here. Here's a trail. I'm on the main trail right now. It's the squatch trail. Now, this is how good you've got to observe. Let me walk over here, and I'll show you something. A good researcher will spot this. Most people won't, because they're not paying attention. All right, number one, you got that right there. Now, when I zoom in, you see it's twisted this way, twisted to the left. Okay, and the other side is twisted to the left. But you come right here, and lo and behold, there's a break right here. This was done this year. Okay. All right. Now I'll walk over here. Show you another structure that people don't pay attention to. They don't know what the fuck they're looking at. Right here. Now, I can tell you, this one right here is probably 2 years old. But you can see where woodpeckers have been tearing it up going all the way down. But if you look at that snap right there, look at that, you can see right there, that it was twisted this way. It was twisted this way. Boom. See? Twisted over this way. That's what you look for. Look for signs. Now, I could say a 10-foot squatch did this. I could say a 6-foot squatch did this. You know, it's hard to tell. But I can tell you this much: Juvies are just as strong. Not as strong as Mom and Daddy, but they're strong. Now, my trail's right down there. Well, I'm gonna follow this trail right here. This is the way they normally walk. They stay off the main trail if they have to, and they have plenty of room to hide. They can dive down behind here. You know, they can go up over that tree. You know, And I'm walking up here, and boom. Tree going up right there. Roots pushed across that way. Okay? You got a dead tree. Matter of fact, two dead trees right there. One coming down this way, going right over top of them roots. Let them over. Could be nature. Who knows? But I'm on this trail here, and I'm going to see which way it goes. It's going down toward the trail now. Now, if this was summertime, I'd have been out here before daylight. But I'm just following the main trail. I can see their footprints. I can see which way they're going and everything. So I'll be right back.